Peace, my family. I hope you've been having a beautiful day so far. Welcome back to another yoga practice. Today's practice is going to be fun. We're going to be doing a lot of balance and a lot of things without our hands to really work joint mobility and really work into some fun and interesting transitions. With that being said, let's go ahead and start standing up, top of the mat. And as you come into the top of the mat, reach the hands up, take a breath in, take a breath out. Side body stretch, grab the right wrist, and then pull the energy over to the left, kind of making like a banana shape or a crescent moon shape in the body. Take a breath here. Come back into the center and switch sides. Grab the left wrist and then pull the energy to the right. The hips can kind of move out to the left a little bit as well if you want. Come back into the center, reach the hands up, lean back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Hands up to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Hands reach up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. We're just warming up the body. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Hands up to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. One more like that. Hands up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Hands up, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Take one deep breath in. Take a big exhale out. From the top of the mat, let's reach the hands up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the hands down. Step both feet back to plank pose. Find chaturanga, lower halfway, upward facing dog, into downward facing dog. From down dog, reach the right foot to the sky, three-legged dog, and then step the right foot all the way to the top of the mat, high crescent lunge, reach the hands up to the sky. From high crescent lunge, bring the hands to heart center, lean forward, warrior three. From warrior three, pull the left knee into the chest, into standing, and then place the left foot back down onto the ground. Reach the hands up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, step back to plank. Move through your Vinyasa, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And we'll meet in down dog. Left foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Left foot steps to the top of your space. Hands up to the sky. And then pull the hands down to heart center. Lean out, warrior three. And then pull the right knee into the chest. And place the right foot onto the ground. Reach the hands up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, step back to plank, and then lower to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Come back to downward facing dog. From down dog, right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Step forward, high crescent lunge. Hands up to the sky, hands to heart center. Come forward into your warrior three. Pull the left knee into the chest. Place the left foot on the ground. Reach the hands up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, plank pose, and then control your lower to chaturanga. You can always use the knees down for that transition. Up dog, down dog. From down dog, left leg up, three-legged dog. Step left foot to the top of the mat. Hands up, hands to heart. Lean out, warrior three. Then pull the right knee into the chest, into standing. Place the right foot on the ground. Reach the hands up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale, wave the body down. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, place your hands down, step back to plank position, and then move through your flow from there. So we're just creating some nice sensation and nice movement in the body. One more round just like that, and then we're gonna add on. So right leg up, three-legged dog. Step right foot, top of your mat. High crescent lunge. Bring the hands to heart center, lean out, balance, warrior three. Pull the left knee into the chest, place the left foot down. Hands up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, step back to plank, move through your vinyasa from there. You can move through your vinyasa really however you want, and if you ever want to skip the vinyasa, never feel afraid to skip it. Left foot up, three-legged dog, step through, top of the mat. Hands up, hands to heart, lean out, warrior three. Pull the right knee into the chest, and then place the right foot down. Hands up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, step back to plank position, and then with care, with control, move through your vinyasa. From down dog, this is where we're gonna add on and really find our kind of peak flow. So right leg up, three-legged dog. Right foot, top of the mat. High crescent lunge, hands up. Bring the hands to heart center, lean out, warrior three. From here, pull the left knee into the chest, and this is where we find an interesting transition. We're gonna rotate all the way open to balancing half moon. Take your time with this. There's a lot of elements involved there, and then we're gonna try to balance into half moon and step back into warrior two. If that felt weird and awkward and unbalanced on the first time, don't worry about it. That's a very challenging and involved transition, so be kind to yourself. Find reverse triangle. So as you lift up and back, allow your right leg to extend and create a really nice side body stretch. And then come forward into triangle pose. Look up to your left hand, take one breath in. Warrior two on the exhale. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, rotate the hands to the mat. Step back to plank pose and move through your vinyasa. I'm moving through a slightly different version of the vinyasa, which comes from the Awakening Yoga School. You're welcome to flow through just the traditional way, plank to chaturanga to up dog to down dog, or you can follow me. Left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Left leg, top of the mat. High crescent lunge, hands reach up. Bring the hands to heart center, lean out, warrior three. Float the right knee into the chest, and this is where we take that challenging transition, opening the hips, and we're rotating all the way to half moon. Be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, be okay with all the wobbles, be okay with falling out of it. We'll step back to warrior two. Find a big reverse warrior. Extend the left leg into reverse triangle and just enjoy a side body stretch. And then come into triangle pose. Give yourself a couple moments in your triangle. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Cartwheel the hands down. Vinyasa. Take your time here. And we're gonna add on slightly on the next round. So from down dog, right leg up, three-legged dog. Right foot steps up. High crescent lunge, hands up. Lean out, warrior three. Pull the left knee into the chest, and then rotate open, balancing half moon. From half moon, step back into reverse triangle, extend the legs, reach up, and then come forward into triangle pose. From triangle pose, rise back up to stand, and then find a skandasana lunge, back of the mat, and then cruise forward, place the hands down, step to downward facing dog. From down dog, round the spine forward into plank, and then move through your vinyasa, if you would like to. We'll meet in downward facing dog, and then we'll reach left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Left foot steps, top of the space, reach the hands up, bring the hands to your heart, lean out, warrior three, and then pull the right knee into the chest, and then rotate everything open as we head to balancing half moon. Step back when you're ready, reverse triangle, extend the legs, left hand up, triangle pose, come forward, and hinge down. Rise back up to standing, skandasana back of the mat. You might have to lengthen out your stance a little bit. And then come forward, place the hands down, step back to down dog. From down dog, round the spine as you roll forward to plank, and then move through your flow as you would like to do so. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right leg up, three-legged dog. Right foot steps, top of the mat. Hands up, hands to heart, lean out, warrior three. Pull the left knee into the chest, and then open the hips. Find your balancing half moon. Step back into reverse triangle, big stretch. Into triangle pose, reach forward and then hinge down. Rise up to stand, skandasana, back of the mat. Cruise forward, place the hands down, downward facing dog. Skip the vinyasa, left leg up, three-legged dog. Left foot steps forward. Hands up. I know we're really moving here, so great job. Hands to heart center, lean out. This is meant to be challenging. Reach the right knee up into the chest and then open the body into your half moon. Step the right foot back and then reverse your triangle and then come into your triangle pose. From triangle, rise up, back of the mat, skandasana, front of the mat, cruise forward, downward facing dog, step back. Right leg to the sky, three-legged dog, right foot steps. Top of the mat, reach the hands up, come forward, warrior three into your balance, pull the left knee into the chest, rotate open, half moon. From half moon, step backwards, reverse triangle, open up, and then come forward into triangle pose. From triangle pose, rise up to stand, skandasana, back of the mat, cruise to the front of the mat, place the hands down, down dog. Left foot to the sky, three-legged dog, step forward, high crescent. If you can't tell, I'm pretty out of breath too right now. Hands up, lean out, warrior three. From warrior three, pull the right knee up and then open out the hips, balancing half moon. Step back, reverse triangle pose, big lift, and then head forward into triangle pose. Rise up to standing, back of the mat, skandasana, cruise to the front of the mat, plant the palms, downward facing dog. One more round, right foot up, three-legged dog, right foot steps, top of the mat. Hands up, hands to heart, lean out, warrior three, float the left leg, pull the left knee into the chest, rotate open, balancing half moon. Step back, reverse triangle, big lift off, come forward, triangle pose. Rise up to standing, pivot to the back of the mat, skandasana, cruise to the front of the mat, place the hands down, downward facing dog. This time before the next round into plank pose. Hold plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, on one vinyasa. Then we just have one more side to go for this flow. One more side to go. Left leg up, three-legged dog. Left foot steps, top of the mat. High crescent, hands up. Bring the hands to heart, lean out, warrior three. Pull the right knee into the chest, and then rotate open, balancing half moon. Step the right foot back, reverse triangle, big lift, and then extend into your triangle. Rise up to stand, skandasana, cruise forward, place the hands down, step back, down dog. From down dog, roll forward into plank pose, hold here for 10, 9, 8, nice job y'all, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on one vinyasa. Cruise your way through space, and we'll meet in downward facing dog when you're ready. From downward facing dog, come to a seated position. You can just sit on your shins, or you could sit cross-legged. You could even take a child's pose. You could even take a sip of water if you want. And just take a few deep breaths. Come back to center. Come back to what feels like your connected space. Come back to your state of observation. Come back to your state of compassion, of peace, of stillness. What a productive 15 minutes. Okay, from here, a wrist stretch. Just take the hands, interlace the fingers, and then roll the wrists out a few times. Nice and easy, nice and simple, roll the wrists out a few times. When you're done with that, roll the head and neck out a few times. Just nice, simple, feel-good movements here. When you're ready, find downward facing dog. From down dog, step the left foot outside of the left hand, and then step the right foot outside of the right hand, and sink the hips low into a malasana yogi squat, and then sway side to side a couple times. Kind of challenging our ankles, our knees, our hips here. And then use the strength in the legs, press through the feet, rise all the way to standing. Step the feet back into hips width distance. And let's do a couple more balancing postures, just standalone balances. Not really worried too much about the flow, just focusing more on the individual postures. Let's try out dancer's pose by bringing the left hand to the left foot. So grab your left foot with your left hand, Reach the right hand up to the sky, and then press left foot into left hand and expand from there. Give yourself a few breaths to experience the posture. And then release when you're ready. Take a moment in between sides. And then switch when you're ready. Right foot into right hand. Left hand up. Expand. Breathe here. You got this. Release. Give yourself a moment. Next posture we'll do is we'll try out eagle pose. So a lot of balancing today. We'll try out eagle pose. For eagle pose, you can reach the arms wide. Reach the right arm underneath the left arm. As the right arm goes underneath the left arm, the right leg will go over top of the left leg. So right arm under, right leg over. Sink the hips low and then try to lift the elbows higher. Try to take 2 breaths. And then unwind. Take a moment just in standing position to let that settle. Let's switch sides. Arms go wide. Left arm goes under. Eagle bind. Left leg goes under. Sit into the posture. Hips low, elbows high. Spine long. Take 2 breaths. Unwind, release back to standing. We have dancer's pose one more time, and I have an invitation for you. So notice, try to think on the first dancer's pose if you grabbed the inside edge of the foot or if you grabbed the outside edge of the foot. And when you come into the next round, try to do the opposite of whatever you did. So you can do whatever leg you want to start on. Doesn't really matter to me, but try to do the opposite of what you did last time. So before I grab the inner edge of the foot, so this time I'm going to try the outer edge of the foot just to do something different in the body and to activate different muscles, especially in the shoulder. And once you're in the posture, take 2 breaths. And then release when you're ready. Let's go into the next side. Bring your foot into your hand. Opposite grip as last time. Grab the inner or outer edge of the foot. And then expand into your dancer's pose. Traditionally, most often I see that this pose is instructed grabbing the inner edge of the foot. But really, I don't think anything in yoga is right or wrong. Feel free to release when you're ready. Everything is just an exploration, and it's kind of up to us as the practitioner to explore all of the different options and go from there. Let's try out eagle pose one more time. One more time. So perhaps you go right arm under, right leg over, or if you want to start on the other side, you could go, well, either way, the same arm that goes under is the same side leg that goes over. And then breathe. And then release. Take the next pose, other side. Again, same arm that goes under, that leg goes over. So this time I'm going left arm under, left leg over. And then breathe here. And then release. Whew, all right, done with balancing for the day. Nice job, y'all. From the top of the mat, reach the hands up, take a breath in. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Place the hands down, step back, plank, move through your vinyasa one more time. Last one of the class. And then we're gonna do some feel-good stretching postures to open space in the hips. So from here, right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Step the right foot forward into half pigeon pose. And if you'd rather take deer pose just by sliding the back leg up, that works too. In fact, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then from here, release down into your fold. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna take the pigeon pose. For me, it really, my hips are kind of moody, so it really depends. Sometimes my hips are happy, sometimes my hips are very tight. Today my hips are feeling kind of happy, so I'm gonna go for the half pigeon. What I like to do for half pigeon is I like to sit up into it, really find some pride in the chest, across the collarbones, and then after a few breaths, I'll fold forward. But I'm still gonna sit up for a couple breaths. And then take it into your fold. And then once you're in your fold, really just relax. Let this be a really soft, restorative place to be. Let yourself breathe deeply. And especially if this feels like a deep stretch, just be in the space of releasing tension. Let's give ourselves a few moments here. Just last couple breaths in this position. Noticing how your body is reacting, noticing how the mind is reacting as well. Let's lift up and then switch sides. You can either just wrap the other leg around and go right into it, or you can come back to down dog. It's your choice. But let's go ahead and enter our half pigeon or your preferred variation on the other side. Left leg comes forward. If you're with me, then maybe you sit up for a few breaths first. And I like sitting up for a few breaths because this makes it more active. It makes it a little bit more of a strengthening posture at first before we go into the fully relaxing, deep stretch part of it. Okay. Relaxing into the fold, and then we're going to take some time just to be in the relaxing space. Let yourself exhale. Let the body soften. Let this be just a gift to ourselves to help release what we're holding on to. Just a couple last breaths here. And rise up. Reach your back leg around in front. Come into a seated wide-legged fold as you release down the middle. This is a good counter pose because those stretches that we just did really get into the outer hips, and this gets into the inner hips and hamstrings. So it's always good, generally speaking, to do counter poses. If you stretch one thing, how can you stretch kind of the opposite motion in the body? From here, we'll rise up, and then we'll come into a cross-legged seat and then fold forward. And if you can do double pigeon is kind of like when one leg goes across and then the other, I cannot do it. I can't even get close to doing it. But if double pigeon would be in your practice, then you could find double pigeon and fold forward from there. But that doesn't really work, so I just like to do an easy Sukhasana seated position and then fold. And it's very similar, just not quite as intense. So just find a double-legged forward fold here. Go ahead and sit up, change the cross on your legs, opposite leg in front, and then find your forward fold. Rise up when you're ready, and then lay onto your back. As you lay onto the back, hug the knees in, extend the feet up to the sky, come into an inversion, reach the hands up to the sky as well. This is known as waterfall pose, Viparina Karani. And what's nice about this is that we just let the blood flow to our legs, to our feet, to our hands. And from here, you can either stay, or it might feel nice to go ahead and enter a happy baby position. In happy baby, any movement is welcome, whether it's side to side or straightening the legs out to the sides. From here, I recommend releasing the body and taking a shavasana, taking a resting position for at least a couple minutes, just letting the body lay down, letting yourself rest, letting your energy cool down, letting everything just come to a really slow, gentle, kind of almost an environment of stillness to end your practice. It's a good time to be still, to reflect on how you're feeling, but most of all, just to let everything go. Let the past go, let the future go, let the mind go, the opinions, the judgments, the to-do list, everything that's always filling up the mind. Life is so busy, and so taking moments to just be still and be in moments of reception and intuition are very valuable. So we're going to take this time just to rest. I'll pause the video soon and just let you stay here for as long as you want. I recommend staying for at least a few minutes, and even if you have like 10 minutes, that would be a true gift to yourself. But even 1 minute is so much better than nothing. Even just a little bit of rest goes a long way. My friends, thank you so much for being with me on this journey. Thank you so much for taking this practice. Thank you so much for being you and bringing your own spirit into the world. Until we meet again, wishing you nothing but prosperity, nothing but peace on your journey, and I'll be sure to talk to you soon, all right? Much love.